You're an unstoppable acting force, and at an age when most of your colleagues will seriously, not to say happily, give up working, what keeps the fire burning? If I could use it.
I have no idea. I mean, I've always said we don't retire a lot. We just we go on until somebody says, "I don't want to employ you anymore." That'll be a sad day. No, I'm enjoying it hugely at the minute. I'm enjoying it hugely. I've got to a stage where I may not do what people might expect, but I do what I want to do. Of what I'm offered, I choose what I want to do, and this is icing on the cake, I tell you.
But you've never did what people might expect. I mean, your career was constantly surprising and unpredictable.
Well, that I think is because I never had an ambition as to what I wanted to do. I never been the sort of actor that must play Hamlet, or now must play Lear. I'm the result of other people's imaginations, really. If they say, "Well, we think you'd be terrific playing," like Thomas saying, "We think you'd be right for this," I say, "Ah, right. Well, yes, it's hugely interesting. Yes, let's do it." So,
while sustaining a remarkable career, you've managed not to indulge into into vanity and become self-indulgent, which I believe are perils in the acting profession. What kept you from this? From becoming self-indulgent, maybe, or
Well, these are high compliments, and I accept them. But I think probably because I never try to take anything from one part to another. I'd like to start with a blank canvas, and take the Socratean view that it is a wise man who knows that he knows nothing when I start a piece, and let it build from there. So I don't use tricks or mannerisms, I hope. I mean, of course there are mannerisms within your own personality that you can't avoid.
But was there a point in your acting career where you had a sort of epiphany that helped you better understand your profession and your own devotion to acting? It could be a movie, it could be a book you read, a play you saw.
What? Oh, during one's sort of life, as it were. I mean,
yes,
artistic life. Oh, yeah. Well, there are certainly. I wouldn't say that it was a book I read. I mean, it's usually something which one experiences, somebody that you might come across. In this particular case, Thomas Alfredson. He's the one hot on my lips at the minute. I think he let the right one in, and they have.
But did you ever felt the need to prove something via your profession, or you're one of those actors who do not believe that cinema, the art of cinema, should be an art of making statements, having to prove something?
No, I don't think that that's necessarily the case. My code has always been that I will only do things that I think stand the chance of succeeding on the level that they're intended to succeed on. So in other words, if I'm going to do something which is a complicated and intellectual at the same time emotional piece, it's got to, like this, it's got to stand the chance of succeeding on that level, and I very much felt that it had a chance. And then after that, you've got to feel that the character has something which you can offer something personal to, that maybe other people couldn't. Though somebody else, of course, would offer something else. But there's nothing, nobody can be definitive. But it'd be nice to make people feel that it is definitive.
I think this is it.
Well, keep going. That's all right.
Okay, well,
another one.
You have a career. Well, each one can draw from your career and make references to great films and landmarks and this sort of stuff. But my My question has always been this: you have, I mean, it happens to every actor. You had your missteps during your career, and I was wondering, looking at it in retrospect, what would you say drew you to this? I mean,
to this particular piece?
I mean, no, to the various, not many, missteps you took in your career. Was it a bad judgment at that day, a necessity?
Probably, yes. You know, there's obviously sometimes you see something that, oh, it could be interesting, and you somehow get yourself involved, and then you think, then you wish you hadn't got yourself involved, or something which you think is really good but goes wrong on the way. And sometimes, of course, if you're running out of cash, you need to make some money because you have to live.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
It's as simple as that. And sometimes it's just not quite the right thing, or there isn't the right thing around at the time. And I hate being unbusy. I'd rather be doing something than waiting for the right thing.
What do you feel draws you into this, constant working? Is there some sort of motive or a necessity?
I just enjoy it. I enjoy it. I love doing what I do. And sometimes, subject matter's not quite as good as it ought to be. I apologize for that.
No apologies needed, I think. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure.